Welcome to Brown in the City. This is Shantae.
And this is Letitia, and today we're going to talk about cheating. If they change, pay attention. So we're going to go into the topic of signs that could potentially be cheating with your partner. We all have been in relationships, especially at this age, where when you know when something's not right. You know when something's not right with your partner. So it's so many of things that it could be when cheating, and it doesn't always have to be cheating. Let's make that clear. When people like change their routine all the time, it doesn't necessarily have to be cheating, but we're going to talk about cheating today. And you know, when you're with someone, when they start doing things like, you know, starting arguments out of the clear blue sky, when you really have no reason to argue, but sometimes they kind of go there so it could be a reason for you guys not to talk.
Yeah.
So they can do what they're doing on the side and whatever they're...
Or, you know,
pursuing,
being overly defensive when you ask them minor questions or, you know, things of that nature. I mean, not even just the actions, but sometimes you may see certain things, you know, lipstick stains, you know, notes or little papers in your car, you know, etc. You know, it's a lot that plays into it.
And even like protecting your phone. Like, if you know, I can see if you're in a new relationship, you know, it's good to protect your stuff because you're not in, but when you're in a long-term relationship and you gotten to the point where you really know this person and you trust each other and all that good stuff, it shouldn't be no reason why you're like protecting your phone like Fort Knox. Like you're literally protecting your phone and you don't want them to see it. Draws red flag, and I'm not saying go through people's phones because that's not what I'm trying to give y'all. But when somebody is clearly hiding their phone or like doing things to make it seem like they have a bunch of secrets in there, it makes you think, okay, what's going on? But that's definitely a red flag when you're in a relationship and someone's hiding their phone.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Okay, so we're going to start with the changes of behavior. We're going to go deep in depth with the changes of behavior that, I mean, clearly signs that your partner could potentially be cheating. And I would say that less affection. Like, you know, we love our partners. We want to kiss them and hug them and be around them and be all in their skin. But when it gets to the point where you're like kind of like pushing them off, like, oh, come on, I don't feel like it, or I don't feel like doing this, even when it comes in to being intimate. Like, if you're like kind of like pushing them off and is very consistent of pushing them off, yeah, that's definitely a sign that your
Pretty
partner
much
could be cheating.
also, yeah. And, you know, pretty much also, you know, they don't have time for the little things. You know, they're not around as much. They always making excuses why they can't be here or why they can't go or something came up, you know.
All that guilt.
All that guilt.
And sometimes when they're cheating, they might overcompensate. Like, they might feel like, oh, let me buy her a gift.
Yeah.
Well, let me buy him a gift, or let me do this for him. Because a lot of times people do the opposite. They will do something really nice for you because of their guilt. Like, well, let me take her out to dinner, and let me do this and let me do that. So sometimes when you know that somebody's behavior is a little different, if they're doing something but they're like a little extra with it, then that could potentially be a sign.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be them being nice too, but we know our partners. Like, you kind of know what they do and what they don't do, and you know.
Yeah.
And
Especially,
you all have the gut feeling.
yeah, and
We have that
especially
gut
if
feeling,
you're
too.
very observant. If you're a very
Like
observant individual, I am.
And I am too when it comes to my man. So I will say I'm not as observant all around, but when it comes to who I love, like my friends, family, and my man, I'm observant. I know I pay attention.
Yeah.
So you gotta pay attention.
Absolutely.
That's the main goal. You have to pay attention to your partner. And you know, when somebody's cheating, listen, you can be the best partner in the world, but if they're cheating, they will make you feel like you're the worst. So sometimes you gotta be smart enough to know, like, hold up, it ain't me. Like,
That's
what's going on? Something's not right.
Yeah, because they will also nitpick with you to start issues and problems.
Manipulation. So
Like, you
manipulation.
created their behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to notice that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And know deep down in yourself that you know what you do and you know what you don't do. Another sign of cheating is when she's a homebody. She doesn't really go out, but all of a sudden, now she's out. Staying out longer than she normally would.
Mm-hmm.
You know, suddenly hanging, quote unquote, with her girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's another sign.
And not able to properly explain where she was. Like, she might say she was with her friends, but the story's not adding up. Like, oh, you was with your friends? Oh, doing what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because what are you doing different now that you wasn't doing before when you was a housebody?
Yeah.
So, anybody that's a housebody to me, because I'm a housebody, anybody that's a housebody that suddenly just start going out and suddenly changing their routine, like being out the house, that's definitely a red flag. Because that's just, and I've been like that all my life. So if I was to go out and just be out all day long and my partner doesn't know about my whereabouts,
Yeah.
it wouldn't look right. It
Yeah.
just doesn't look right.
Not at all. You know, not at all.
Yeah, so
I totally definitely agree with that.
over-explaining. Over-explaining. You ever ask somebody a question, a simple question, and they go all over the place? And this is in a relationship. A lot of times, that's guilt too. Like, they feel the need to over-explain where they've been, who they've been with, why they was there, why they was here. So a lot of times when you ask someone a question and they feel like you feel like they're over-explaining or they're giving an explanation that is just like dramatic. Yeah. Definitely a sign. Definitely a sign. Definitely a sign of cheating.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. You know the difference in your mate. So going off of communication shifts, when you're asking questions, is long pauses, you know, scratching of the head, trying to think of something to say, you know, when they know that you're catching on to the bull.
Shoot, sometimes they don't even do that. Some people are so good at liars that they just say whatever comes to their mind. They don't even think about it. But I agree with that. The thinking, sitting there like, I mean, obviously if you're telling the truth.
The body gestures,
You
the
don't have to
twiddling of the fingers and can't keep still. You know, yeah, those are some of the communication and body language shifts that you will start noticing as well. You know, just out of the ordinary behaviors that you know that you're not accustomed to seeing or hearing. So.
And I would say even like deleting like messages, whether it's like a text message from your personal phone or even if it's like messages from like DMs and stuff on social media.
Yeah.
I feel like if anybody feels the need to delete anything, it comes off as if you're being sneaky. Like, obviously, if we're talking about stuff that we're supposed to be talking about with other people, then you don't feel the need to delete a message. So that is a red flag too, or a sign that somebody can potentially be saying something to people that, or saying something to the opposite sex that they shouldn't be saying. And, you know, they're like probably disrespecting your relationship and they feel the need, oh, let me delete this.
So back to the actions as well. You know, you may walk into the room and they're suddenly hiding their phone, putting their phone down. You know, those are also sudden changes in actions that you may see your partner doing, you know, or they're on the phone with whoever, and as soon as you walk in, it's totally different voice, like they talking to, you know, their homies or their homegirls.
Well, not even that.
So,
even leaving out the room. Like, a lot of times you can walk in the room, and if somebody feel the need to, like, leave out the room because you entered, because they don't want you to hear who they're talking to, that's definitely a sign as well. So you have to
be observant.
Be very observant in a relationship. I mean, I would think that, I always say at this age, like, things should just be different, but apparently it's not that. People are this age and they
some things just can't they just can't change it. It's within them. No matter how old you get, it doesn't matter how old you are. Like, it's just embedded in them. I don't know what it is or why. It's just
some people don't have
in
do
that
right
individual.
In them. Some people don't have a do right in them. Like, some people just don't have it in them to do right by people.
Yeah.
That's just the bottom line. And to me, it's your character.
Absolutely.
Like, if your character is to treat people the way you want to be treated, then a lot of this wouldn't be happening.
But even with the character, you can sit up there and treat people with kindness all day long and still have that other side.
No, but your character is everything.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you can be this person that the character is just amazing. That's just like meeting somebody in the beginning. They're showing you this amazing person, and they're not about this. They don't do that. They don't do that. They don't do this. At the end of the day, when you really get to know that person and be with that person, it's a whole flip up. So yeah, you can have this.
I always say you can know, you could be with someone for years and still not know that person.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
You learn. You still. I don't care how many years you're with someone. You're still learning them every single year that you're with them. So years doesn't matter. Somebody could be together 25 years and they still, that 26th year, listen, you got to get to know that person. On that 26th year, because people grow, they change. Yeah. So, you grow up with that person.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, so I would think that we're, I don't know. You just got to check. You got to pay attention.
Don't notice it and you know that you know and dismiss it either. Going back to appearance, lifestyle and appearance changes. The fitness obsession. Now they're in the gym. Now they're in the gym 2, 3, 4 times a week, maybe every day throughout the week.
Mind you, you had to go 5, 10 years with seeing that fat jiggle. Now all of a sudden they're in the gym. All of a sudden they're in the gym working out. Okay. What is it? Because I ain't do it for you, so who got you in the gym working out? Seriously though, like
that is
like
the
she
truth.
said, sudden changes of behavior of like wanting to work out, like I'm working out, like I need to get my body right. Why?
I need to start eating healthy. Why
all of a sudden? Because we're not saying you can't do it, but why all of a sudden?
Right.
Why all of a sudden?
When you should have been started eating healthy in the get go.
So. Yeah, see that fat jiggle. Come on.
Let it go.
But yeah, that's definitely a sign that working out obsession, like, oh yeah, I gotta get this body right. Women and men both.
And then sometimes, they ask you, how do I look today? Should I wear this? Should I wear that? What you think? When they never asked you those things. They might have, but when it gets really obsessive. So those are one of the signs as well. Yeah. Should have been in that gym. 5, 10 years ago.
They seen that fine thing walking by and it was like, oh yeah, let me get in the gym. But yeah. That's a sign. And just them just being different with even what they wear. Like, sometimes we get so comfortable in a relationship that we don't really put much thought into what we putting on anymore, because we like, oh, we got them. A lot of people get comfortable. But when you see your partner buying new clothes and doing things that's like slightly different from the last few months, you're like, okay, like who they dressing up for?
Yeah, who they trying to impress?
Yeah, because they at work all day. They ain't with me, so who they trying to look cute for?
Yeah.
So that could all be signs, and obviously it could be. It's not always that, but there are definitely some big signs to watch out for and pay attention. Intimacy shifts. So if you're in a relationship and you're with someone that's very sexual, that they don't turn it down. Period. Y'all always for it, and then all of a sudden your partner is like, I don't feel like it today, or maybe tomorrow, or just start making excuses for why they can't do it. That's a sign as well. That's definitely a sign, especially if someone is very sensual. You don't turn that down. So if somebody is like giving you like the push off, like not tonight, and it becomes a consistent thing, that's a big sign to me.
Absolutely.
That's a big sign, because I don't care how tired you are, or maybe that's just me. But even when you're tired,
yeah, that's that fatigue.
Even when you're tired,
shifts
you do
as
it.
well.
When you're tired, you do it.
Yeah,
but I feel
sleepy,
like
tired.
when it becomes consistent, because obviously, you could say not tonight, depending on what's going on in your life. But if it becomes a consistent making excuses for why you can't do it and not tonight, yeah, especially if it's someone that is very, very sexual, nobody's turning that down on both sexes, male and female. No one's turning that down unless it's something going on outside their relationship.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
And honestly, I don't want to put it all on cheating, because sometimes it could just be that you're not attracted to your partner anymore. But a lot of that attraction that goes away could be a form of cheating, because you could be into someone else. So you're like, okay, I'm not there no more with this person. But that's when you have to have the mature conversation of what it is and not play games with people. But yeah, to turn an intimacy or to like make it a consistent thing to turn your partner down, that's not cool.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the overly intense distance. Or it can be a flip side too. Now they're overly sexual with you. That can be a sign as well. When you know that you and your partner might have had, sex maybe once a week or maybe never. Now they're into it and trying different things that you've never experienced.
There you go.
Now all of a sudden they want to try it.
Your partner coming to you doing things that you've never seen them do
Absolutely.
before. You're going to be like, okay, where did you get this from? So that's definitely a sign, coming back with new moves. Like, hold up.
Another cheating sign is comparison or critiqueness, meaning they're comparing you to someone else. They may be critiquing you, saying, for example, why don't you start wearing your hair like this? Or why don't you start buying those type of outfits?
Out of the clear blue sky.
Out of the clear blue sky. Or they can be showing you unusual jealousy as well, when they really haven't been showing jealousy. But now that you step your foot out the door, it's like they feel paranoid. They already feel paranoid what they're doing, so now they're trying to flip it on you and trying to be jealous of you and why you doing that? Why are you doing this?
That is definitely
so a thing. That is definitely a thing to literally watch out for and be observant about.
Yeah, when people cheat, a lot of times they start feeling guilty, and and at that point they start thinking you're doing something. Well, they can't trust you because they know what they're out there doing. So it's like, but what are you doing? And then you start getting questioned, and you're like, okay, well, all of a sudden are they questioning? And you're like, that just a little weird. But a lot of times, them being
deceitful. Now they're calling and checking up on you every 5 minutes, wondering because
they don't trust you.
They don't trust you.
They're the ones cheating, but they don't trust you.
Because they think that you're doing it too. Or you can possibly be put in that position to be doing it. You know what I'm saying?
A wise person told me, and it was a man, he told me that a lot of men that cheat, they begin to not trust the person that they're with because they feel like they have that guilty thing inside. So they start thinking like that woman could potentially be cheating or
a man. Thinking
about cheating or
or the female as well.
Yeah, it happens both ways. It happens on both sexes. Yep.
So, like I said, that's definitely something to literally, just look out for, all those signs. Pay attention. And like I was saying before, sometimes you see those signs. Listen, it's the truth. Don't bypass it. Don't brush it off like it's nothing. Because if you see this pattern, this new pattern, and it's consistent pattern, and it's constantly in rotation, it's already in your face. So you have to, make decisions, and, like I said, you may start asking questions, you're going to get all defensive, get angry, so what? So, yeah.
We should be able to go to our partner and talk about whatever.
Absolutely.
Obviously, everybody is not honest. You can't go to everybody and think that you're going to get the truth out of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, we all have gut feelings, and it's not just a woman. Like, we all have our gut feelings. Being emotionally unavailable for your partner. When you felt like you can go to your partner and talk about anything, it becomes a struggle, like talking to them, feeling like they're giving you any feedback or that they care about anything that you're talking about. That's a clear sign that something's off point, like something's not right. If you can't go to your partner and feel comfortable talking to them about, how your day was, how work was, how you're trying to do this with yourself, if you feel uncomfortable or they even make you feel uncomfortable coming to them, talking to them about it, when in the past it was like a breeze, like they would talk to you, and then suddenly it's this change of, I feel like I can't even talk to him about this, or I can't talk to her about this. That shift in emotion is real.
Yeah.
I mean, being in a relationship, you want to always be able to go to your partner and talk to them about anything. If you begin to feel like it's becoming too much, like when you go to them, you're not getting the feedback, or better yet, when you go to them, you feel like they're not giving you the attention you need with that matter. Because listen, anybody that really loves you, they're going to be into what you're going through, and they're going to try to help you.
I totally agree with that. And even what you're saying too is another sign. Hey, paying you off so you can be out there here. Hey, go take a vacation with your friends. Go. Just trying to shut you up, just so you won't have to notice certain things.
And they're
all
trying
that
to shut you up.
play too.
It's like, it's even agreeing with everything. Like if you ask somebody a question and it's like, oh, okay, okay. It's like, oh, shut up. I'm trying to do whatever I'm doing. That's just so unfortunate for anybody that's going through something like that, when you feel like you can't go to your partner and have conversations about anything.
Yeah. It's definitely...
that's the point of having a partner, to be able to go to somebody that's supposed to be your partner and growing.
Absolutely. That's that emotional detachment. Like mentally, emotionally, they checked out.
Yeah.
So they want to do any and everything for you not to be around. When your cheating partner, friends are coordinating stories and alibis about your partner's whereabouts, sometimes they can't even come up with a straight story or answer.
Yeah, when your friends start lying for your partner, or not your friends, but when your partner's friends start lying for them, and you know that it's a lie, but you notice that this becomes consistent, like they're lying for them, definitely cheating.
Yeah. Definitely
cheating, because if it's not cheating, there's no reason to lie. You can't call, I know my man is here, but I call his friend and he says, oh, he's asleep on the couch.
Yeah. They start avoiding giving you straightforward answers, about your partner, or y'all are always used to hanging out together, different gatherings that your partner's friends may invite you, but all of a sudden they stop inviting you. So you got to look at certain signs of that as well.
It's so funny. I knew there was one guy that had a friend that would always bring his wife to gatherings because his wife cheated on him. So he would always, he didn't want her by herself, so it's almost as if that was like his defense mechanism, like to always have her with him. But the particular guy that told me this story, the guys in the group would be mad, like, why are you bringing your wife? And to be honest, the real reason why they were mad that he was bringing his wife was because they wanted to do what they wanted to do and didn't want the wife to see it. So they would be mad at him, like, why are you bringing your wife?
These are some of the key takeaways too. Also, you can find cheating in notes. Like in your notes, basically your notes are covering up little messages. They have different little apps out there.
Cash App.
Cash App. Just, hitting little features and messages and things of that nature.
Even
calendars as
even
well.
Even emails, I think.
Calendars too.
Because of the modern day, like we have like all these social media, people still be emailing.
Yeah.
People still be emailing.
Yeah. Fake names and phones. Of course, everybody do know that, but you know, I'm just
everybody
naming
know that,
some of
but
them.
everybody don't think people still do it. You thinking that we came out of that era, but people, I'm sure people still
Very
do
crafty.
it. Very crafty. Oh, this is Maya. This is Maya calling, but you got Mike in the phone. Like, to me, if you even go that far as to have to put somebody else's name for somebody,
You need to be by
what are
yourself.
we doing here? Bye, go.
Kick it.
Yeah, so. And women do it too.
Absolutely.
They have different names in their phone. We're not making this a male or female thing.
Yeah.
This is just general signs of cheating.
I just think with the women, they're more
Crafty.
crafty and they'll
They'll get away with it.
Yeah, and
They
they
will.
think it through.
With women, to me is when a woman decides to cheat. To me, is more of an emotional cheating. Men, they'll just cheat, and they don't got to see that woman ever again.
Yeah. They
And-
mainly do it because they did it. I mean, you know, the other partner did it, right? That's some of it.
I'm gonna say I'm going to say that's how
Tit
it
for
used
tat.
to be. I'm gonna say that's how it used to be where women would cheat because the men cheated. But now,
Well, no, I know
In
of a
modern
couple.
day?
I know of a couple of few people.
in modern day now, the men don't gotta cheat. This social media world where everybody is so easily accessible, men cheat and women do the same.
Yeah.
Because they can assess people too that they couldn't assess.
They're just more sneakier.
More sneakier, more crafty, think
Yeah.
it more through,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. That's we're more.
So
mature
guys, you
when
gotta
it
be
comes-
on your P's and Q's as well. Be very observant because it is someone's out there that's very deceitful.
I've learned a few things from men as far as what they learn and in being in relationships. And one of the things that I've heard is that the reason why men get court more than women is not that they're not as crafty as women, is because they get told on by women. And so let me just break it down. Usually when a woman cheats with a man, that man is not going to tell another man oh, I cheated with this girl. But best believe, if a man cheat with a woman, as soon as she starts getting emotionally attached, she's going to go and tell his woman, her friend, his friend, and everybody's friend. So that's why men get court more, because they're dealing with women who's more emotional. So things come out more because of that. Men don't go around saying, I slept with this and I slept with this girl and want her to get court. So really, if men were like women would get court way more often.
Yeah, and even with the women that's so emotionally attached to the cheating, boyfriend, husband, or whoever, they do little sneaky little things too. You have them riding in your car, they'll leave little things under your car you wouldn't even know. Just smart little things.
Yeah.
Guys, you have to be on point. I mean, not to say I don't agree with it at all, but you have to be on point. So.
At the end of the day, we wouldn't have to worry about none of this if everybody was just faithful.
Exactly.
And we wouldn't have to worry about who's being sneaky, but
And then too, the other flip side too of the cheating partner, you may be on the phone with your partner and all of a sudden they talking to you like you a dude. Like you're their homie.
right.
So you
now,
gotta.
I never experienced that. I had to catch on to what you were saying.
No, I've heard of some stories.
Now,
I've heard
come
of
on
some
now.
stories.
Now, I never heard that one, but that's a good one. Being crafty, oh yeah. Oh no,
Yeah.
hell no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Talking to you like in slang, like.
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
I wish. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like you their homies, or
I can't
vice
even-
versa. The
I can't
females.
even imagine no woman at
You
our
know,
age letting that happen. I can see a
listen.
young girl, but at our age, you
Listen,
ain't gonna
but
talk to
even
me
like
your
with the
friend.
females, oh hey girl, knowing daggone well,
Yeah, all right.
so
okay.
like I said,
I never heard that one. That's
listen.
crafty.
Ain't that crafty?
Oh wow.
Listen, it's out there. It's all out there.
Oh wow.
It's all out there.
Okay.
So
But once again, all this craftiness, use that craftiness in your relationship and not with somebody else.
and do know, listen, what goes around come around. Karma is something else. God is always just. So you out here running around being sneaky, doing X, Y, and Z. Listen, it comes back in all shapes and forms. Get your mind right, your soul right, your mental right.
Sometimes you just have to listen to your gut feeling and just know, okay, something's not right here. And we have to communicate. Like a lot of people, they do keep that stuff inside and let people go on for months, years, knowing that something's not right. But you have to communicate. Why be in a relationship when you know that the person is not doing right by you? You know, everybody have to love themselves enough to know that it is another side. You don't have to stay with this person. If it's meant for you to be with this person, they'll do right by you. So I think we all have that gut feeling. We know when something's not right. You know, people will manipulate you, make you think you're tripping, you're crazy. Yeah, you gotta know better than that, though.
Yeah, like I said, before, you know yourself. You know how you move, how you think, the things that you say. You know yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, just use that gut feeling, and just be observant in the surroundings in your relationship, in your home. Don't be fearful of losing, that partner. Like I said, some people do, and especially the ones that really depend on their partner, and it's not like a cordial dependency on each other. Like some women do depend on their man financially, so that also, they keep quiet, they're mute to it. They know what's going on, but they need that money coming in, so they're going to accept any and everything. And I look at that, that's, you're not looking at your self-worth. You're better than that, so.
And that's really what it's all about, your self-worth. Like, do I deserve this?
Yeah.
Do I deserve for this to be happening to me? And more than likely, you don't.
Yeah.
And if you're with a partner that's cheating, and you know.
Yeah. You don't deserve that, man or female. You don't deserve that. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't. You have to do right by yourself, within yourself, and naturally, you will find someone that's naturally loving and caring and wouldn't dare want to hurt you in any way, shape, or form. So
I never just force it. I always say forced relationships is the worst. Anything that's meant for you will be for you, and you don't have to force it. So any man that wants to be with you, he's going to show you, he's going to tell you. You don't have to guess. He's going to do right by you.
And don't stay around hoping that this person's going to change. They have to change within themselves.
Hot topic.
Hot topic.
Okay, so today we're going to circle back around to our SEPTA topic. Before we was telling you guys that they were going on a strike and that the fares were going to go up. And we let you know that we would update you if anything came from that.
Yeah. So SEPTA will avoid all service cuts for the next 2 years. Governor Shapiro approved the $394 million capital funding to cover operation.
So what we do know is everything is going back to normal except for the fares. The fares is going up. So be prepared. Anybody that catches SEPTA, to be prepared to pay a higher fare.
Yeah.
But that's it.
That's it.
Just wanted to give you guys an update.
Hot topic. My final thought is, trust your instincts. If something feels off, please do not ignore it. Okay? Don't avoid conversation because communication is the key. Know your self-worth.
So my final thought would be I would say that cheating never comes with an obvious single sign. It's usually a combination of little changes, shifts in behavior, secrecy, distance, and energy that just feels different. Trust your instincts, pay attention to patterns, and just pay attention. Just pay attention to your partner.
Yeah.
And wish you the best.
Protect your peace. And remember, honesty is always the best policy. So,
don't ignore your gut either. We always have those gut feelings. Don't ignore your gut.
Yeah.
The truth always reveals itself. For the most part, the truth reveals itself. Even if you don't find nothing, even if it's something that you're not even looking for, sometimes it just comes out. So.
Yeah. So definitely honesty is always the foundation of a relationship. Do not settle for less.
Yes.
You know, you're way more worth than that. So
yeah. Thank you guys, as always, for coming to us. I think it's like I don't know if it's our 19th or 20th
I can't even
episode,
keep
but
count.
listen, we've been doing it. We've been staying consistent, so we're proud of us.
Absolutely.
And we're very happy that you guys come to see us and watch our show every week. We
Yeah.
appreciate it, and
yeah.
we love you guys for doing that, for supporting
Absolutely.
our journey. So yeah. So please, when you get a chance, we have Instagram. It's called Brown in the City Podcast. Please go follow that page.
Yes, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Brown in the City.
And we'll see you next time.
Have a good one, you guys.
Good night.
Thank you.